How's it going, guys? Shiny Hunter Bobby here. I'm here with my Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Shiny Badgequest showcase. This was my first ever Shiny Badgequest, and it's probably one of the ones that means the most to me. This game just has so much nostalgia for me. This is where I got my first ever full odds shiny when I was hunting. And it's just a game that holds a lot of memories for me. Generation 6 was my first ever generation of Pokemon. The anime and everything was just such a big deal for me, and it's what got me started on loving Pokemon. And I can't appreciate this game enough, and I'm glad I've been putting in the time to help out this game. And speaking of my first ever shiny, this was the first ever one. Not this specific one. This was one I had to get to reclaim. I lost all of my old Pokemon games from middle school. So this was something I felt like I had to do for my younger self. I remember just being so hyped. I loved Trico Shiny so much. I loved Gen 3 so much, and I loved Trico so much. It just felt like the right thing to do when I was a kid, and I got it super fast. Of course, Blade was not as nice, and he definitely went over odds. I had not started keeping count of my encounters yet, so I don't actually know how many it took, but it did take a fat minute. He is a bashful nature, and he's my goat. I love this guy so much. I love Sceptile so much. Generation 3 starters are some of the best. Then we have Wormy. I was hunting just right after I beat the rock gym, and I was hopefully mostly going for Ralts, but I was just running around seeing what would pop up, and I got this insanely quick. Like, it was probably less than 100. It was like I started hunting it, and then a few minutes later, boom. That was pretty cool. Great early game, gets a bunch of great moves, but the stats just don't help in the end game, so eventually she was off the team, but she was a great starter Pokemon. It was good to get her early in the game. Then we have my boy Bert. We were doing this right outside of Brawly's gym. I was doing some fishing encounters, and I got Bert. Probably only took 1,000, couple thousand maybe. Like I said, I wasn't keeping count. Don't worry. The last hunt that I did on this, and this one, if you guys have seen some of my shorts, you'll recognize, and I'm disappointed I didn't share that with you. Then we have Nyx. Oh, I was super excited for this hunt. This is one of the only hunts that was Poke Radar, and I did that mostly because I didn't want to phase on something like a Gulpin, and I didn't want another poison type, plus I had a grass type. I was really just wanting to make sure I had an actual balanced team, and Manectric is just so cool, and Electric also has a really good shiny. It's just, there's some great line of shinies. The evolution line is great, so it just felt like something I had to do. And this one actually took a while. I got there's like that search level for everyone you defeated. It took like 900. It took a lot of encounters, but it was worth everyone. Love the shiny. Then we have Yoshi. As you can see, I like the black shinies, and the gold, the black and gold, very clean. I love camera up, and I like to keep, when I do a badge quest in a game, I like to keep everything the same generation, have where the Pokemon come from that generation. And camera up is underrated Pokemon. I know it does not, and like Magma Armor is not the best ability, but I think it's a really cool Pokemon. I love most Gen 3 Pokemon. It's one of the best generations. That's the nostalgia talking for sure, but I don't care. I did this one. I did in the magma tunnels, or whatever it was called. I did just normal single encounters, and then it was taking a while, so I switched over to going outside of the cave and doing the horde encounters, which is the Machop and Numel, and luckily Numel decided to shine, but I would have been okay with Machop. Machop is underrated. No guard? Come on now. Thing's OP. And then we got Banette. This one was pretty cool. I was happy with either one. I was going for the Dustox, not Dustox. You know what I'm talking about. Dusknoir. That's the final evolution. For some reason, I can't remember the name. But I named this one SMK because I got this one while I was watching a SMK gaming stream. That was pretty cool. I got this one also from Poke Radar. So I wasn't as serious about full odds hunting, but I promise my Pokemon X, all full odds. So that was pretty cool. I wish I would have kept better count of all the encounters I did. Big Bird was also Poke Radar. You know, I kind of wish going back that I spent the time to do Dream Team quests, and I still might, because I might want to change some things. Like I'd rather have Duskull, or I like these two. These would be there. I'd probably replace Bert with maybe Whiscash. You know, there's some changes I would make. I'd probably like a Gardevoir, but I love this team. And it was a way of remembering where I came from. It was just very nostalgic for me, and I love this game and these Pokemon. And here it is, guys. Metagross. There it is. It took about 7,000 encounters. It did go rods, but it was so worth it. I mean, just look at that shiny. My goodness, what a beauty. I mean, seriously, we have a relaxed nature. He's just a chill guy, okay? He's just a chill guy. That's my guy right there. But that's not all I wanted to show you. I'm going to go through some of the other things I've been doing and talk about what I want to do with this channel and plans I have. I want to do more showcases like this, any tips and whatnot on how you want me to record it and what would be most entertaining is always warranted. And we're going to go through, I'm trying to get every fishing encounter that is in the game, and you'll see that I'm stuck on Corsola. I've gone a lot of phases. I've been focusing on the Safari Zone, but this is what I have now. There's also, I want to do a hardcore Nuzlocke video where it's like very hardcore. I don't use any rare candies or anything like that, because I think it would make it so much more impactful when you spend all that time training up your team, and then to lose one of your team members, I feel like it's way more devastating than just naming it. So that's something I'm planning on doing. I'm gonna start with Fire Red Leaf Green, and then I'll move my way up through Generation. I'm not gonna stick to like the original game and go through each one. I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and by whatever game I want to play and it's most fun to me. So I'll probably do the Gen 4 remakes for Gen 2, and I'll do the OG Pokemon Emerald for Gen 3, because that is the way harder version and is really fun to do a hardcore Nuzlocke. We have the Horsey, still missing a couple of those. Artillery, and I think we are now at, oh yeah, there's actually, yeah, my Octillery, that's my suction cup. I don't know why, but whenever I have a setup Pokemon, I love to also have it shiny. So my suction cups Octillery also had to be shiny. Also have Bob. He's a pretty chill guy. I just needed a shiny Ralts and a shiny Gardevoir. It's one of my favorite. I literally, one of my favorite cards is from Paldean Fates, the shiny Gardevoir SIR. I have it, and it's awesome. And then Spiritomb. Me and Spiritomb got a lot of history because this is the first ever shiny I ever failed. I did not know it had Memento, and it killed itself, and it was really sad. But we got him back because I always get the reclaim. And that was a hunt I also really wanted to do because Spiritomb is just dope. I don't know. I see a shiny that's cool, and it's something I got to get. We can go through some of these phases, because I actually did go for Bagon and trying to get Salamence full odds. I did horde hunts, and I was like, I'll do one phase full odds, and if I don't get it, I'll do Poke Radar. And I ended up getting a Zubat. It's only like a 5% for Bagon, so it was to be expected, but I do really like Zubat. I still have one more Zubat I can get because I have a Crobat and Soul Silver, and I have a Zubat, so all I need is a Golbat, and I'd have the line complete, so I can still phase on one more. We have a Zigzagoon, which is something I phased on going for Ralts. I think it's a cool shiny. It's a nice orange. I think it looks, honestly, not too bad in the newer games. It's probably a lot better in the older games. It's a lot better in the older games. And then I have a bunch of Phantom, because like I said, I like to have a setup Pokemon. My setup Pokemon be shiny. And I had to get a Harvest one, so these guys don't have Harvest, so I had to find one I had Harvest. Phase on Slackoth, which is honestly one of the coolest shinies. Slacking isn't as good, but Slackoth is cool. I like the pink. Got the Dratini Dragonite treatment. Magikarp phase. And then we're going to get into the fish. I've caught a lot of fish phase. Trying to get this freaking Corsola has been a pain. You're going to see I have a lot of Shiny Whalmer and Shiny Love Disc, and I think I have a whole nother like box full of them. So we're going to go over to that box and see. But honestly, I'm excited. Okay, we'll go through the other phases before I show you another quest I'm working on. But I'm really excited. I'm on the 16th member of my Soul Silver badge quest, and I'm really close. I'm on phase 4 for that Larvitar. If you've seen the short, you know I failed. Phase 3, already over 1,000 encounters for that thing. We're back on the grind, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the Soul Silver badge quest has been a brutal full odds experience. It has been, but I love every second of it. I had a 34,000 encounter hunt, and I thought that was going to be the highest, and then I ended up going 48,000 for Larvitar on a phase, and I didn't even catch it. So, and I failed a Ho-Oh, which is a video on my YouTube. So the Soul Silver badge quest it has been an adventure, and honestly I've loved every second of it. All the highs and lows. It has been great. And this is another quest I'm working on, is I want to get every single legendary shiny that you can catch in Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. So I have all the setups. So I have Shiny Ho-Oh, Shiny Lugia, I have the dogs. This is actually, Raikou here is actually my longest 1 in 4,096 hunt. This thing took 14,000 encounters. It was a brutal hunt, but it made up for it because later on, which I actually do not think they're in this box right now, but I know one of them's in my party. For the Lake Trio, I got them all under 1,000. It was ridiculous. These guys all went like a couple thousand or a few thousand. And then we got this guy, which is honestly probably one of the most underrated Pokemon in Shinies. Like, when people see it, they're like, oh yeah, that's sick, but I feel like he doesn't get the respect he deserves. And that's technically all the shinies I have in my box right now, but I also have the Lake Trio. The other two are on my Omega Ruby, but I do have the Uxie here, which is a pretty cool one. Got my setup boys, Trevenant and Shroomish, or Shroomy, my apologies. But honestly, this is probably... It's something that I'm just really proud of. I spent so much time on it, and it makes me really excited to be able to look back on the Soul Silver badge quest. It's taken me years, but for overall life updates, the reason I went AWOL was because I was going to university. That's where you guys saw me recording the videos, and I dropped out. Things got rocky, and you know that is life, but things are looking up, and you know I just want to show people that your hobbies and stuff are just a way to be able to escape those kinds of things, and it helps build a community. I love the community around this. I think people make it so much easier to live. You know, what's the saying? It's like it hurts half as much when you're with somebody. Like you're half as sad when you're with people, but you're twice as happy. Yeah, that's how it goes. And you know, it's just a community. Like Safari Week this year is so cool. It like literally was trending. People are really getting in with shiny hunting, and it's just a community, I think. And I just love being a part of it in any way. If I could inspire one person to be like, hey, maybe I should pick back up that one hunt I was doing in Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire or whatever game they're playing, because it's like, you owe it to yourself. If I owed it to my little kid self to get back my Trico, I owed it to myself, and it was worth it. It was worth all the time. I can't really think of much else to show you guys. That was pretty much it. I'm mostly excited to show off Soul Silver. There's so many stories for that stuff. This was just kind of coming back to Pokemon being able to slowly ease getting back into shiny hunting. I wasn't even counting the encounters yet, and you know, it took a lot of work. Also, you noticed no Latios. That was another thing, because when I first started playing in Gen 6, I was an Omega Ruby kid, and I loved Latios, and I always wanted to hunt it, but I didn't think I had the time or patience. And now here I am with 2 insane hunts that I never thought I would do completed, and it was really exciting. I really hope that you guys will stick around for more. I'm planning on showing off my Pokemon X Shiny Badge Quest, which is one of the craziest badge quests I'll probably ever do in my entire life. Every single hunt in there was under odds. It is some of the coolest shinies and the coolest team I've ever built. I really cannot wait to show that off to you guys, but I won't save it. Gotta spread everything out. But, you know, I might actually upload it. So, you know, if you guys watch this video and you might want to watch that video, I want to make sure it's up there for you guys. So I'll probably upload it for you. Thank you for stopping by if you actually made it this long. And it's Shiny Hunter Bobby signing off. Stick around to watch me suffer.